Okay, so I wanted to round up the videos that I did today with just talk about where I'm at now and what I'm considering doing with the channel. So I've had a lot of changes in the way, I think I mentioned that in another video, I've had changes in the way I feel guided to move forwards. I mean, I've been working on on a kind of crossover spiritual. Okay, so I'm going to go right back here. So I work as a fashion beauty photographer, but I've also, since I've started this spiritual journey, have been, doing lots of other things like trained as a Reiki master, yoga teacher, did some healing modalities, just lots of things that at the time I felt guided to do. And for the past few years now, I think it is, I've been working on a spiritual magazine called The Violet Flame, and it kind of got quite far. A whole issue got completed nearly, and we were looking to move that further. And I was doing it with a friend, and this friend moved to another country, and first before that, we were really struggling to get this off the ground. So when I first started it, everything was flowing, and it was just amazing how much was flowing. And then it just got to a point where it was really difficult to move forwards. Things just didn't feel right. There was a difficulty working together as well, because I didn't feel like we really were bringing different strengths into the project. I felt like we both had very similar weaknesses, so we almost made each other's worse rather than helped one another move forwards. And then things kind of died down with it a bit, and I was focusing on other things. And something I've always had in the back of my mind that I've always been my dream. I don't even know if it's always been my dream, but it's always been something I feel really guided to. Like, I've always felt I'm supposed to have a centre, like a spiritual retreat, like a hub. I have a lot of ideas of exactly how I want it to be, and I've been thinking about them over time. But I was obviously aware that I couldn't possibly afford anything like that. And I just decided that when it was the right time, it would just appear and it'd just be easy for me to move forwards, and I'd feel the right guidance to do so. So back to the magazine, I recently, probably a year ago, felt really, really guided to get back into it. And I think me and my friend gave it one more go, and she was now living in another country, so it was making it even harder because we had such a massive time gap of like 12 hours. It was just almost impossible to get meetings together over Skype, and I ended up just having to say to her that, I'm going to have to go and do this project on my own, and, I'm happy for you to do one, and then maybe down the line when we've gotten things going a bit, we can always rejoin them. So I got given a new name for what I was doing. It was Ultraviolet. Before, we'd had Violet Flame magazine, and I just felt really strongly to use this name. And I've just been really building it quietly for a while now. As you know, there's a lot of stuff that always goes behind the scenes with these things before you can put them out. So before, we were looking at doing a magazine, but I just feel things have changed a lot recently, and the format people look at things is very different. So I now want it to be a blog, but beautifully designed. So some kind of cross between a magazine and a blog. And I also feel there's a reason why I never did this before, because, we're always on ever evolving journeys, and of course I'm still evolving, and there's still a lot of stuff that I need to uncover and unearth. But I feel before it would have been very much kind of a Seeking Outside magazine. So, it was. We had articles about colour readings, different types of yogas, and how to get in touch with your spiritual guides, and lots of different things like that, basically. And I feel that I've changed a lot of my perspective since then, and it will now be more about being the powerful creator of your own reality and healing yourself, and finding the answers within, and being able to accept who you are and embrace who you are for everything beauty. And I also want to somehow tie that in with my photography and spiritual concepts and have a beautiful looking creation. Obviously it's work in process. I don't have loads of budget to throw into this and people to make me amazing websites. So, you know, it all has to grow organically. And then, you know, I don't want to talk about this too much, but there's just the potential for a centre that kind of came into my way as well. And, you know, I don't want to say that this is definitely going to happen, but it seems like it might have just materialised the opportunity, or the way to move forwards towards this. And I kind of just feel like they'll all blend into one. So the, you know, blog, magazine, the centre, which I want to be a hub. I just want it to be a place where you come, you leave your phone at the door in a locker, you have a matcha latte or a beetroot latte or a turmeric latte, do some different healing events, like, you know, like a sound bath, different yoga, just an art class, just a way to kind of, a hub and a way to get back in touch with yourself through different means. And, you know, I guess I kind of want it to be just personal alchemy about just finding yourself, really. And I guess that's what I want the blog to be about. And it's all going to be a work in progress, but that's where I'm moving forward. So I'm going to make some changes to this channel because I still want to utilise it, because obviously I've built up, I felt really guided to do this channel a while back, and you know, a lot of it was my journey, my personal journey, but I feel a lot of the purpose of this channel was just to build my confidence up in video and to be okay being on video, because I do want my project, my magazine, to have a video, but I probably will be taking some of my videos into private because I just don't feel that they're in line with the magazine and how I want that to come across. So I might keep some of the things up that are more general, but I don't want to just have like a mass bombardment of like my personal twin flame journey, because that served its purpose and I feel that's not what I'm going to be doing. There might be some of that because I feel like it just is the same thing as ascending, but I want to reach, you know, an audience of people that can, you know, that I can share with, that's maybe just not only people that are solely focused on the twin flame journey. And I don't know, I just feel differently about a lot of things. So I think coming soon I'm going to be changing this channel into my magazine channel and maybe removing certain certain videos and keeping some and having a new format. So maybe this video will go as well. But, you know, I have built up a beautiful community here. And sometimes I get really, really nice messages and feedback. And yes, some people just leave ridiculous stuff, like I use the word chakra too much or something, I don't know. But yeah, there's such a beautiful community around, and I just want to move it forwards and grow with it rather than probably start a new one. So that's some of the things that I'm going to be working on, and yeah, that's all I have to say really on that. But yeah, it feels quite exciting because it feels like I'm few steps closer, or a step closer at least, to the things that I really thought I was here to do or meant to be doing. But there was a long period of confusion for a while because I kind of felt that's where I was meant to be, but I just had no idea how to be there, and I'd lost a lot of feeling for where I was. So I really just spent time trying to embrace where I was really, and just accept it and continue working on myself. But then definitely I've noticed lately things just dropping in, and making things a lot easier, and not necessarily in the expected ways. Like you always think, oh, I'm going to have to get there because I've earned more money or because I've done this. But actually I feel like, you know, all that's important is getting your energy in the right place, and then things can just show up. And yeah, I feel like there's some exciting things coming, and yeah, I'll leave more updates soon. God, I still get real anxiety sometimes on video. Like I'm not 100% comfortable, and I think that's a lot of the reason why I was doing this channel a lot earlier than maybe I felt ready to do it because it's just helped me to become okay with the format, or get better anyway. But it's a constant work in progress. Okay, so I'll speak to everyone soon. Bye.